so important is the combination for creative industries, right? So I feel like for creative industries to merge that with a business mindset, which is really difficult, right? And so, I mean, what are some ways that you protect your core genius and your creativity so that maybe you don't get overwhelmed or far away from what makes you and what makes Ollari? Are there things that you do, practices even, that help you make sure that to kind of always keep your North Star on the creative?
I think it's just like taking time to myself and making sure that my creativity is not lost in the chaos, because fashion is such a business too. And that's the hard part, is like, as artists, we're so free. And when I say, well, we just want to like create this, like, this is my child, I'm birthing like children daily. Like, and that's like kind of how you feel, like, these are all my children and they all have a special, meaning to me, right? Like they all mean something significant to me as the creator of each piece. But in terms of protecting that, I just think it's just allowing not the outside noise and the outside, critics or opinions to really interfere with my creative process. Because and this has happened to me a couple of times where, I was just talking about this also the other day, is when you're talking about a business in fashion, obviously you're thinking scalability, you're thinking sales, you're thinking volume, you're thinking, making it lucrative, right? And so when you're taking creative and you obviously want to make this, turn it into this lucrative outcome, it becomes a little bit difficult, because for me specifically, I've had sales reps or people, on the outside say, hey, well, our customer just wants simple, right? And even though Ollari it's more opulent, it's rich, it's like a merging of both. It's a practical balance of East and West, right? And like this very wearable. So it's hard, because I've been told just like tone it down, don't make it look too ethnic for the American market, but that's not like who I am. And there's been times where I've listened to that, because maybe this will get me, I think we're all looking for a get rich quick scheme, or get successful, not even rich, just get successful quickly. This is how it's going to happen. And I think it's actually been more harmful to me, to my business, than hurtful. I mean, than helpful, in terms of, listening to those outside voices and saying, well, maybe they're right. But I've had instances where I've just designed, just like literally, just done what I felt creatively, like in my soul, to just create, and it's been like success. So I think that's just an important pointer, not to let those outside voices kind of let your inner critic kind of out-talk your intuition and what you feel, because you know what's right for your business. And although in the beginning it's hard to decipher what's, how that will pan out. So for me particularly, it's been not letting other people interfere with my thought process or my creative process, and saying, this is how you design, or this is how the customer will react. Just taking it into your own hands and, taking it by the horns and saying, like, this is what intuitively, creatively I am creating. And I'm not going to listen to those outside voices and to simplify or to downgrade my version of what I feel creatively I am compelled to create for my customer.